If you're on Spotify, Stef's World. You can find me on Instagram or YouTube at Stef's Rock Show. And my parents spelled Steph incorrectly. So it's with an F. Um, Today I want to talk about buying Beverly Hills. I'm a sucker for a good um real estate reality show. I love Selling Sunset as well. And I just finished. I binge watch. I don't know if anyone else binge watches, but I love it. I spent 2 days. I didn't rot in bed all one day, but I like it because I'm already a fan of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I used to live in Pacific Palisades in Santa Monica and Hollywood near Beverly Hills. So it's a lot of restaurants and places that I used to go and eat at. So there's all kinds of reasons that I knew buying Beverly Hills, I'm in real estate, was going to tickle my fancy. And I think, by the way, Mauricio is an amazing father. Watching him parent not only his 3 biological daughters, but his first adopted daughter, Farah, it's beautiful. I love when people step parent, bonus parent, and take over a kid as their own. So kudos to him for being a great dad. Also, we all knew that him and Kyle, after 20 some on years, are recently going through a separation, ending in a divorce. So I wanted to see kind of how that played out on the show. But great show, edited well. I like how they kind of bounce back and forth to let you know, hey, we're going to go back 6 months before they separated. So it didn't confuse the audience. I think I'm into Selling Sunset a little bit more because it's got the dressing up and the glamour aspect of women just looking fabulous and not just the real estate because I like it all. But let's get into buying Beverly Hills. Okay, first we've got dead end relationships, working with an ex, Michelle overreaching into family business, Zach entertaining the Hilton offer. That's a big no for me. And treat business like a relationship. And you know, Kyle and Morgan too, because we don't know if Kyle is going into the lady pond or not, which, I'm a fan of that. I tried the lady pond. I think it's great. Us women are so emotional, a little bit crazy though. So stick to dudes nowadays. Okay, first though, I want to start in working with an ex. I don't know how Alexia does it. I couldn't do it. After I'm done dating you and we break up, I don't even want to live in the same town, let alone have to work with you. So he was very degrading and putting her down too, which you can tell when a man is putting a woman down, he was upset about the breakup. He was uncomfortable with it or he wants to get back together. If there's nothing but positive energy, 2 people have moved on and they feel happy for one another and they want the person to succeed, which how I feel with all my exes, like go you. I didn't think we were a good match, so I hope you do great without me. Okay, now the Michelle issue. I know there needs to be a villain in every reality show. I understand that, right? It's more every reality show has a certain setup. There needs to be the protagonist, the antagonist, the filler. They have the storyline that they wait till the end to figure out, like, okay, how are we going to piece this together so it's not just people randomly eating lunch places and selling houses? And I know they honed in on Michelle being the villain. Editing can do a lot. I know. Not only was I on Date My Mom and Next, 2 little reality shows, but I filmed a 2-week reality show called Sunset Rocks. It was going to be the name of it. And it was all of us in the rock industry. So in a band or in radio, or one was a model. And, all of us were doing something in rock and entertainment. And we lived in a house. I saw a couple pre edits. It never got picked up, but they can really flip the script on you with editing. Not saying it's not you. And I'm not saying that reality TV is scripted. There is producers that give you alcohol and say, wouldn't it be funny if you said this or if you did that? And I remember I messed up, by the way, sorry, side note, but I think it's fascinating because not a lot of people have filmed a reality show. We were never supposed to go in the garage. They rented this large mansion, it was like 7, 8 bedrooms in the Hollywood Hills. And they said, you can't go in the garage. You can go anywhere else. Basically, we're going to stock you with food and alcohol, go in the kitchen. We couldn't have our cell phone too. And that really changes you as a person. You don't realize when you're cut off from the world and you have no job and no cell phone, you drink a lot more. So keep that in mind when you're watching these reality shows and you're bored and you can't work and you can't leave a house when you want to. You have to radio someone and ask them to. You're going to party a lot harder. So anyways, I get smashed one night. not Steph, right? Oh my gosh, in my 20s. I get super smashed. I'm running around the house with a mask on, scaring people. And then I decide to open the garage. Well, in the like maybe 10 seconds, I open the garage where all the producers are set up on their computers. It looks like a little like CIA garage meeting. They've got our pictures printed out in 8x10 photos on the garage door. And they've got notes, sticky notes on our pictures with like arrows and stuff. And they immediately escorted me out and shut the door. And they're like, Steph, you can't, we're going to have to lock the door. You can't come in here. And I said, okay, sounds good. But they have some kind of script or some kind of idea of what they would like to happen or what they think would happen. And it fascinated me. But anyways, that show didn't get picked up. Really fun experience though. They paid us and everything. So Michelle's the villain in Buying Beverly Hills. The second season just came out on Netflix. I really don't like her. And I'm a person that goes for a villain and usually kind of roots for the villain. I'm also a person that's all about family first. My boys are my boys. I don't know if my boys are going to be qualified to take over flipping houses and to potentially have my house, but that's my blood. I will be passing down any company or any stocks or anything I ever create to my blood. So for Michelle to talk down to her boss's daughters, and not only talk down to her boss's daughters, but saying I should take over the company one day and I should be CEO because she's older and she's maybe been in real estate longer. You get what she's saying, but it is so trashy. And she misses the mark on family. That, of course, his daughters and possibly the oldest, Farah, you never know. But of course, his family is going to eventually inherit his business. And like he said, he's like, I'm 53, I'm not dead. She's acting like he's about to pass out. And, he's Anna Nicole Smith's ex-husband and he's about to, go down soon. And so you got to pass it on. He's not going to be passing this on for a long time. And I know he said he was just going to be CEO, but no, he wants a piece of the pie. He's smart. He wants to sell the houses as well. So Michelle, family first in business, especially. Okay, now I'm going to talk about Zach. I think it's Zach Goldberg. It's a Jewish last name. I love the Jewish people, by the way. They just, man, they are LA. If you want to get in, oh, my dog's going to bed. Sorry, that's cute. If you want to get in anywhere in LA, there's going to be a rich Jewish person that's highly intelligent. But you guys already knew that. But anyway, Zach is great at selling houses. He's great at litigation, at communication, at closing the deal. And it's a bummer because I was a fan of Zach, but not when Rick Hilton with the Hilton Empire came and offered him equity in his business. So not just a piece of the pie, your normal 6% or 5% in California when you're selling real estate, but equity in the Hilton company. So I get why he'd think about it, but he just switched the agency and he's going on all these trips with Mauricio and selling these $60+ million houses with Mauricio. Why would you say, hey, I might jump back to the Hilton Empire? I don't like a flip flopper. I don't like a Sheena from Vanderpump Rules. I'm just going to be honest. I don't like someone that is in the middle and can't choose a side and can't stick with a side. I'm like, you're on my team or off my team. It's a loyalty. Loyalty is huge for me. And that's with sexual relationships, family relationships, and work. So if you're not loyal to me, get off my team because I only want people that are honest and loyal. So, what's his name? Zach. Zach really lost me with the entertaining for a long time. This wasn't a couple days. This was, I feel like, weeks to a month or so entertainment of leaving the agency and going to the Hilton real estate empire. And so I'm shocked Mauricio just kind of open-ended let him back in like, oh, you were entertaining leaving me, but you're staying. Thank you. He sounds like a nice guy. Unless he's playing us, Mauricio sounds like a really great guy. But sometimes great guys can be boring. So I understand where Kyle's coming from and jumping on with Morgan Wallen. By the way, do you guys think Kyle and Morgan Wallen, the music video was hot? I get that. But we can all play that we like someone in a music video. Do you think there's something more going on with Kyle and Morgan? It really looks that way in the media and whatnot. I'm thinking there is, but I'm thinking it's something super silly and light and not as serious as some of the other podcasters and, Bravo interview people are saying. I think it's going to be this fun rebound thing, and they're great friends. And then there'll be a serious relationship in a year or two that Kyle actually finds. And maybe it will be in the lady pool. More power to her if she wants to go that route. But thank you so much for jumping on today. We should have a guest a little bit later. So I'm waiting to see if they call in. And I just wanted to talk about buying Beverly Hills because I finished it and I really liked it. So check it out on Netflix. It rocks. And let me know what you think about the show.